Commence primary ignition.
Hi, I'm Angus McGinnis. I play John Dutch Bender, Gold Eater. I want to welcome you to the Virtual Cantina Network.
Woohoo!
Welcome, citizens of the Republic. It's always good to see Angus on there, even though he's passed. That's probably one of my favorite bumpers.
I'm glad we were able to get that recorded. He was a force of nature, man.
Yeah.
He was just a ray of positivity. He was the gold leader. He brought it every time. I still remember Celebration 2017, sitting with him and a bunch of other people at the bar the night before the event started, just sort of chilling and hanging out. Ray Park actually swung over too, and a bunch of random people. And we talked to Angus for quite a while. He was delightful. And the 77 crew is
hello
dwindling very sadly. I'm glad that we're able to, with us though, like his memory is going to live on forever. So that's one of the nice things about this fandom in particular.
And it's such it's him. I have a few favorite bumpers, and that's probably one of my favorites. Hi, Jason.
Hi guys, welcome everyone to another episode of Clone Wars Revisited. We have the whole trio back together.
Woohoo!
It's been like a month.
That's one of the things that Lucas said when he sold it to Disney. He knew of other franchises that they had kind of died off because the creator died and there was nobody to promote it. And he needed to find a corporation that would be big enough that he could guarantee would be around for another 100 years. Mm-hmm. And that's why I picked Disney, because they were big enough. He figured lack of failure was probably not going to occur.
Yeah.
And that it would be carried on.
Right. It was a good choice, because think about what Disney has done in the last, we'll say 20 years, just going back. They picked up Lucasfilm in 2012, 2013, around that time, right? And the first movie came out in 2015, and they had 10 years of new content so far. I was there for Force Awakens near the start of it, with licensed product at Topps, and I remember what a moment all of that was. And then they picked up Marvel. Before that, they had picked up Pixar. Then they picked up 20th Century, formerly known as Fox, just a few years ago. So we're finally getting a Marvel universe that makes some kind of sense. So that's exciting. It's been a lot of growth, also a lot of mergers and acquisitions, which is true in entertainment regularly, but it seems to be happening with faster speed. And I'm sure more of those are coming down the pipeline in the next 2 to 3 years as media reconglomerates and we start seeing studios refocus, I guess is the best way to say it, because I'm actually doing some work on what's coming out in 2026, and there's not a lot. 2026 is not great from what I saw.
Yeah, Hollywood's just kind of been struggling. But yeah, Mandalorian, Skip's absolutely right.
Yeah, that one will be big. I think it's nice to have a real Star Wars movie on the calendar in 2026. That is the May. That's probably the kickoff to called the summer blockbuster season, Mando and Grogu. And it'll be interesting to see how it performs. I think it'll be a giant hit. I think a lot of people are excited to see Grogu on a big screen and Mando on a big screen. Yeah, we'd like to see the baby.
Suit the
So
bear.
I think
Also-
that one has billion-dollar potential.
Easy.
As long as Lucasfilm doesn't do anything to piss off all the fans in the next year, and I don't think they will, because guess what? Celebration is like, 8 weeks
Next
away
week.
or
No,
whatever it
I'm
is.
kidding,
Yeah.
guys. I think it's really close,
It's
though.
that soon. That soon. Skip, are you
Yeah.
ready for Japan? How's your planning going and everything?
I
He's
have
like,
a
no.
hotel. I have tickets to the show, and now I have airline tickets.
Woo!
Oh, there you
My
go.
Bridget and I just did that this week, so
Very cool.
we're glad to have that in. I had booked some photo ops.
Oh, how'd that go?
Manny.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's see, Manny. Oh shit! Now I'm gonna have to look. Okay.
Sorry.
The guest list isn't very big, so
well, it's not humongous yet. So
Diego?
yes, Diego.
that's a
Yeah.
must get.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Doug?
What is their freaking name? The group that's doing the photo ops.
Official picks.
Let's see if I can.
I'm gonna pull. All right. There's Alan Tudyk, Anthony Daniels, Ashley Eckstein, Daniel Logan, Diego Luna, Doug Chang, Mads Mikkelsen, Manny Jacinto, Tamora Morrison, and that's what's on the website. But I swear they announced Sam Witwer.
Yeah, they did.
Reading that?
Oh no, that's not who the email came from when I did it. Shoot.
Well,
Is it
Epic.
Epic?
Epic.
Yeah, it's Epic.
Oh yeah, Epic did it. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, Ahmed Best is on there, and so is John Knoll.
Okay, there we go.
That's a win.
I've got Epic, not Epic. Oh, jeez. It helps if you spell it right,
Yeah.
Computers are so damn literal. I mean, I don't understand.
There's
on.
There's not a lot of guests
There you go.
announced.
No, there you go. That's Doug. Okay, here we go. Access your orders. I will get it yet. Okay, I've got Ahmed photo op and autograph. I am. My wife has never met Ashley, so I'm going to go do something with Ashley so she can meet her.
Oh, that's cool. Hi, Spencer.
Manny, Diego, and Diego.
Yep.
And Ahmed.
Nice.
Those are good choices.
I have Alan Tudyk a couple times. I have a photo op with him. I have his photo op has been autographed, and I have a second autograph off the table. So yeah.
Hi, Sarah.
Right now,
General Barnes.
Now, do we have
both the
JD
Barnes?
here?
Both the Barneses are in the building. Hi, guys.
Yeah. Barnes Squad.
My
Hi,
best
Lori.
friend and my best frenemy. I'm looking at this list again, which, by the way, has not changed very much. Manny and Diego are the two I would say, like, if you can get them at Celebration, get them there, because I don't think that they're going to do a significant tour after this. Doug Chang is actually probably in a similar situation. If we're talking about like truly exclusive to Celebration, actually you're right. Doug Chang and John Knoll and Diego Luna are probably your three that'll only do this show. Manny, I feel like there is a higher potential that he could do the circuit after this, and I hope he does.
Doug's done some other stuff already, hasn't he?
I don't know.
No, this is his first signing.
He's been here's the thing, he's been to Celebration every year forever, and people constantly bump into this man. He's highly bump into
like sneak photos of him and Ewan from 2022,
because he just behaves like a regular person, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, I was just hanging out with Doug Chang, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm glad that there's like a paywall on a line though, because like if you want to guarantee your slot
for real.
But yeah, this list will grow. I do think the newest additions were John Knoll and Sam Witwer. And very excited about Sam Witwer. He's one of my favorites. I actually brought him into the fold at Topps to sign autographs for us back in 2015. So going actually almost all the way back to the beginning. When Force Awakens was getting ready to come out, we were working on an unrelated product.
There he is.
Look at that man. He is very photogenic.
Yes, my wife thought he was a rather handsome fellow.
Oh, he is here's the thing. Some guys have like it's mojo, right? It's like the Austin Powers thing where like you just like melt into him.
Mojo,
Like
baby.
there are plenty of good-looking
Yeah.
people around on the planet, but like you meet someone like Sam Witwer, and he like literally can vampire trance you the way that they do in like True Blood, where they've got like the glamour shit. Like he is a vampire in that sense. Like it's the kind of thing I was like, I'll do whatever you want.
He definitely throws
He
it
did play
out.
a vampire, just saying.
And if you look at that picture, he's got his arms around us. He's just like, "Hey guys, my best friends, come, let's take a picture together."
I had lunch with him at Celebration 2022.
Oh, you did that? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I was walking around with my friend, and we went back and had lunch with him and Matt Lanter. So that's how I got to know them. And like it was crazy. Like Anthony's walking through with my other friend, and Carrie Jones, who played Black Chrysanthemum, is like walking around, and I'm like, oh my god, that guy is so tall. Like, so that was really cool.
I've seen Carrie several times. Actually,
so cool.
I met him the first time with Bridget.
Yeah.
And we chatted with him for a while. When he went to do his autograph, his line was kind of small, as you can imagine, because he's kind of lower in the celebrity status for Star Wars, and we sat there and chatted for a while. And then I remember seeing him somewhere else. I think it was at like a GalaxyCon or something. He's been to GalaxyCon a couple of times. I'm sitting there talking to him, and his son was there. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got my son with me." And his son started talking about how much he snored at night. He was having to stay with him in the hotel room. He's like, "Oh man, he's snoring, driving me crazy." I'm like, "Oh yeah." My wife's going, "Yeah," pointing to this one.
You did it.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. It's kind of like once I got the airline tickets, it's kind of like, okay, I'm definitely going.
Like this is happening.
This is going to happen.
Right.
Sarah says at our group photo at Rhode Island Comic Con, Sam says he never smiled in pics because it always ends up looking like a grimace. He's just got the blue steel thing down. He doesn't even need to smile. It's fine.
Hold on. I have to test that.
Oh, he's looking. Skip's looking.
I think my picture with him, he is also giving a little bit of like a smirk. It's very like he looks like he would be a douchebag, but he is the nicest and also the geekiest.
Like, and he loves dogs.
Mm-hmm. He's got that serious face. He would have been an excellent Superman. He he's got that like face for it. And also I think even better, like a villain in Superman. Like
for real. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, very excited that Sam is coming to the show.
Yeah.
Celebrating Autographs is actually coming back next week, so we're going to talk at length about all the different autograph guests. But if anyone in the chat has bought any autographs, tell us below. I honestly think,
who you got?
Yeah, I think like if I were making recommendations of how to spend your money, Manny Jacinto, Diego Luna, Doug Chang, John Knoll. Everyone else is available elsewhere. And I'm talking about that's a priority order. If you want to buy all 12, buy all 12, or whatever the number is going to be, or if you think you can fit them all in. And certainly since it's a 3-day show and there's not that many guests, you might be able to meet like 5 people a day and run the card.
Is this like the end of the guest list, or do you think they'll be announcing more?
I think they have to about double this. They have to about double this. Otherwise, it's going to feel really underwhelming. But it's not going to get like to 50 people the way it was at Celebration Chicago or Celebration Anaheim.
For real, yeah.
So 19 and 22 are outliers in terms of quantity of guests.
Oh, that was
I will say, even
London
the team ups have not really. London had a good number. Right now, there are 2 team-up photos. There's Diego Luna and Alan Tudyk, and then there's Daniel Logan and Tamora Morrison, which makes perfect sense. I think you bring in a couple other like combos. Like there should be a Sam and Ashley. Like, and I know you can kind of get that in other places, but like they should add a Sam and Ashley. And I think they should also add Matt Lanter and James Arnold Taylor. They should also add
to have
Rosario.
Ashley there without the other 2 always seems kind of strange.
Well, Ashley is very much the face of all things animation, all things Clone Wars, all things female fandom. Like she's as much a licensee and a member of like production. Like so, if you were to do a ranking and it's like, hey, we need someone to represent the Clone Wars, it's Ashley, right? Before you get to Matt and James. And I love them both dearly, as you know. But like, if I had a book 1, it's going to be her. And that's why I think Sam might be there for something else. Like, it's interesting that Sam's there, but is he our Darth Maul? Because Rey is not going to be there, that's for sure. So is he representing the character of Darth Maul?
Well, and the fact that the ones that if you have a successful, let's say you're going to Fan Expo, GalaxyCon, one of the brand name shows. It's not a Star Wars. If you have a successful show that, as far as Star Wars goes, you've got James, Matt, and Ashley. You've got maybe Tamara. You've also Daniel tends to be an easy score on that one. But then, Rosario.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't gotten anybody from, and they did the circuit this year, at Fan Expo. I got Natasha.
Nice.
And I got Rosario both this year. And so it would be kind of surprising that we don't get some Ahsoka. I'm kind of, to be honest with you, I'm a little underwhelmed by the list that they're selling the photo ops and the autographs with such a small list. And I guess it just cost them a fortune to get everybody over there, but still.
I said from the beginning it was going to be hard to book talent for this, and I don't envy the team that is doing that job. I had a hard enough time getting people to Chicago, so I can't imagine getting people to Japan. That being said, I do think this list will double in size, and I do think you're only going to get top shelf people for the most part. I think the fill-in guests is going to be really small, and you're going to get people who either never do the circuit, like Doug Chang, John Knoll, Diego Luna, because this is something really special, or you're going to get like name on the poster actors, which would include your Alan Tudyk's, your Ashley Ecksteins, your Manny Jacinto's, your Mads Mikkelsens. Like, there's no one on here that I would say is not a significant, someone like a circuit guest or not a significant character or person. I think the thing that's going to be tricky is, can you bring in Rosario? Like, can you get the face of every franchise? Can you get Rosario? Can you get Pedro? Can you get Mark Hamill or someone from the original trilogy? Pedro would be Pedro would be the thing to make this the show of shows, right? If Pedro and Diego are both there, and then then you got Oscar, because the three of them are all good friends, right? But like, there's literally no one from the new trilogy on here. There's not one person. Unless you count Anthony Daniels. Like, there's no new trilogy. There's hardly anyone from the prequels. I mean, Ahmed Best is holding things up for the prequels right now. There's Rogue One representation, which makes sense, but there's no one from Ahsoka, which one Mikkelsen is there. Where's Lars? But like, are people filming? Like, is that why Rosario and Lars are not on the list?
Probably, yeah, because Ahsoka season 2 is...
Brandon said he's finished.
Sure, and that's where, like, I truly believe that Brendan Wayne and Pedro Pascal, if you brought the two of them, and believe me, you should also bring Lateef, but if you brought Brendan Wayne and Pedro Pascal, they would sell more money than the next 10 guests combined. Like, without a doubt.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if Pedro... I'm going to put this comment up on the... Oh, yeah, Ashley beat me to it. If Pedro, Oscar, and Diego are there, I will helicopter to Japan if I have to. Like... Yeah,
real.
I will append all. Here's the thing: I've not bought a ticket.
Stick me in your luggage.
Yeah,
in your luggage.
Well, here's the thing: I know that work's not sending me, and I'm actually really excited to be hosting the Celebration News Desk here in America. I'm like really excited about that. It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
I'll be sleeping. I won't be watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, understood. I'm excited to do that, and I've also been to enough of these and worked enough of these that I can miss one. Like, I'll live.
Yeah, you're not like, oh.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I'm gonna see Manny Jacinto at another convention. I'm not gonna cry over that. I'm sad to not meet Diego Luna, but like, if they add Oscar and Pedro, fuck me, I'm gonna have to go, and then I'm gonna have to spend every dollar I have.
You were in London. Did you see him there?
Mm-mm.
Was he there, or was he in He was
probably on a PR panel.
22. Was it 22? He was in Anaheim, wasn't he?
Diego or Pedro or Oscar?
Diego, not Pedro.
No.
There was a Rogue One panel in 22, right? Or not a Rogue One, an Andor panel? There must have been.
There was. I can't remember which one it is.
But he wasn't signing. He was just...
No, he wasn't signing. But he did the, what do they call it, the live stage? And I was there for him on the live stage.
That's cool.
Yes, I got to see him. I think I've got, like, we go digging through on my photos on my phone, we'll find him.
The live stage was chaos in 2019. I remember
Mm.
dealing with that, bringing guests from the live stage back to the signing area and all the back and forth. Oof. I
Yeah,
don't.
we were right like behind the live stage on the show floor. Like there was the Del Rey booth, and then there was
Mhm.
our booth, and everybody just stopped. Like the whole place went
It's
like
chaos.
still when the Rise of Skywalker trailer dropped.
That trailer was a
Oh,
moment, and
such a moment.
boy, was it the only good moment. I I hate to be that way, but it's like that trailer and Ian McDermott and his return at the time, we were
Ruin
all
it
pumped.
again.
And then
Ah!
and now I think about the excitement and the stupidity I feel for being so hyped. But here's the thing, I also
I
pieced it
know.
together because we brought Ian McDermott to Celebration in 2019 and we booked him for all 5 days. And by the way, he is a trooper. He signed up for all 5 days, all hours. Keep booking him. He's like, I'll sign every autograph and meet with like every person in the meet and greet. He was so easy to work with. I can't say enough good
So
things about Ian McDermott.
awesome.
I
So
just I can't.
sweet.
And his handlers were great too. Um, and then we had a slight scheduling adjustment that needed to be made. They were like, "Hey, he has to go backstage for a press thing with Lucasfilm real quick at whatever time it was." And they told us the date and the time, and the panels hadn't been
Oh yeah,
publicly
sure.
published, but I knew what time that lined up with, and I was like, "Oh, that's the Rise of Skywalker timing. It's either a coincidence or he's in it, or he's just showing up to say hello to like the rest of the cast because he wants to see Daisy, etc. Right? So there's any number of buckets as to how that could land. But of course, like I'm like, oh, he's in the Rise of Skywalker. Like, but this is like days before, right? Luckily, like we were able to like crunch his hours a little bit on that day, and I think he sold out all 5 days. But like that day
He
sold
did.
out a little bit faster
Oh yeah.
because we had to like cut, and I think it was like 2 hours because the panel's an hour, travel back and forth. You don't want to oversell, right? And then
Sure.
he went to the panel, and that's all anyone was talking about. Like after that, and people like
The
Les Munson like,
whole
"Do you have
weekend.
Rise of Skywalker pictures?" I was like, "Girl, I didn't know the
The
name of the movie.
T-shirt
Like,
just
I
like
didn't know the name of
snapped
the
up at the
movie
show
going into this.
store.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
it was wild." So,
but speaking of Rise of Skywalker and Daisy Ridley,
oh,
um,
there's news. We have
yeah,
news.
there's news.
Oh yeah.
Daisy Ridley's Star Wars movie, according to Hollywood Reporter, so this is a variable news source,
Mhm.
enlists writer George Nolfi. The scribe behind Ocean's 12 is the latest to take on New Jedi Order, so that is the title that they are going with for Daisy Ridley's Rey film. And
New New
solid
Jedi Order is
writer.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lousy picture, but Diego
Oh,
on the stage. That's
There he
London.
is. Yeah.
That was
Diego.
the
Wow.
that was the panel.
Love him. But yeah,
I
it's exciting. So, what do you think of the Bourne Ultimatum and Ocean's 12? Those are the things that he's
Those are
written.
both well written movies. I've always, I felt like that Star Wars failure is that if it's Kathleen Kennedy, then it's Kathleen. But if it's somebody else, whoever's job it is, they tend to go after directors and not go after writers. I think writers give the basis upon which that directors can build on. And if you got a shitty writer or you got a shitty screenplay, you're going to have a shitty movie no matter what. No matter whether
Exactly. They're
Steven
the building
Spielberg could be
blocks.
directing it, and so you bring on somebody that writes, because Ocean's 12 was was a great smartass movie, meaning that the dialogue was written well, which means and same thing for Born Ultimatum. So I have a feeling that there's a little hope to be held out.
I'm excited. Yep, absolutely, Sherry. A good director needs a good writer. That's what Sherry says. And
Yep. And she's right.
I've only seen Ocean's 12, and I really liked it. It was kind of suspenseful and smart alecky, and I it had me hooked. So I have hope for this, and obviously it's something that Lucasfilm is investing a lot in, and they're trying to keep it alive by enlisting all these top-notch talent to get it off the ground. So I'm having hope.
I think it's going to be a great movie in 2028. You know how I
Hope
feel about
is the
this.
spark that,
Not 2027. Nope.
Nope. I think 2027 needs to be Heir to the Empire. And if we're doing anything other than that, we have missed the plot and we can't read the room.
Right.
And
missed the boat.
Yeah, I'm nervous
no.
about making the 50th anniversary about the character of Rey. I mean, I,
No,
I
I
it-
agree.
it's that yeah, I hate to be that guy, but like there's enough people in the fandom who don't like the character of Rey Skywalker, or the sequel trilogy to hang the 50th on her. Like honestly, if the Mando Grogu movie was coming out in 2027, it would almost be better. Keep us waiting a little bit longer and give us one more damn TV show. Give us
Right.
Ahsoka season 2 in 2026 and set up Heir to the Empire in 28 then. Like
Yeah.
whatever. But I think the idea is like it should either be Mando Grogu, who is the face of the franchise right now, or Ahsoka versus Thrawn, which is
Yeah.
essentially Heir to the Empire in 2027. And I'm mad that like this hasn't landed yet, and that like I feel like the internet would be on my side um,
Oh,
on
for
this,
sure.
and I'm sure that there
Yeah.
are lots of like. Here's the problem though. I also think that like a lot of angry dude bros would agree with me, which I don't love. But I also think that like reasonable people would also
No,
understand
but the thing
that
is, you're
like
not saying it from a malicious point of view. Like,
yeah,
oh, I don't want to see this. Like, you're
yeah,
just being like, for
yeah, just
marketing
bump it a
purposes.
year, bump it a
Yeah.
year.
This is make good money. Keep Disney strong.
Yeah,
By doing this
and
right.
give us
Meals
what
and
we want. I'm screaming for Grand Admiral Thrawn to be on the big screen. Like,
For
and I actually
real.
don't even care who he fights. Like, it doesn't need to be Ahsoka. It kind of does at this point now because we've set it up that way. But like,
well,
she's
Right,
trapped on a
right.
different planet anyway, so she's
it
gonna have to
needs to
come
be
in and save the day. Like, Thrawn's gonna have to destroy a bunch of other shit while Ahsoka's trapped on wherever she's trapped, and then Mortis is gonna get involved, and then they'll just drop her in, right? And she'll
Right.
come in and like team up with Mando and whoever other Avengers style team up characters, Easter egg action figure hour people get thrown into this movie. But going
It's
back to
almost
the
why we have to
writing,
have Ahsoka
like,
first
what's that?
because we got to get Ahsoka back home so that she can be in the universe to fight.
I think you solve that in the movie. I think you leave her stranded at the start, and Mortis is the way back. It's the back door.
Right.
So, because I don't need her traveling through space again. But like, I do think
We need that on a
that
shirt, Spencer. Dave, make it so.
the Neil Jedi Order. There we go. I do think though that
Kneel before Zod.
we
Neil
will.
before
Oh, I like
Jod.
that too. Neil before Zod. Oh my
Neil
God!
before
Especially with the
Jod.
Superman
Yeah.
movie coming out this year.
Jod, sorry.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
my God. They put out a new trailer for that. So we got some David Corn Sweat in flight. Sorry, Skip.
mhm,
I know. It's
Yep.
it's not
He
your
doesn't
cup of
blink.
tea.
He apparently
I'm
doesn't
watching
blink,
this
and
this
people don't like it.
this clip of him doing the voiceover to the end of A New Hope. He's driving down the road
Oh yeah,
and he's doing Harrison Ford's voice, which he does actually really well.
yeah.
And I'm watching him do this, and you got it now, kid, and doing the whole thing. And the sad thing is, it sounds really freaking good. And I'm
You
like,
never
damn
know.
it, I really don't want to like him. Don't make me like him, damn it.
We're gonna make you like him, Skip.
We're talking about David Corn Sweat still?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
did
right.
a
Skip
whole,
the
like-
hater. Yeah.
He did a he did a whole monologue. Somebody posted a video. It's him driving a car and he's going through the whole
He does.
the
all the
Death
voiceover.
Star explosion scene where he's like going through the entire scene where it's like
Oh, you've got to
Luke,
watch that, Mark.
feel the
I haven't seen
force.
that. Yeah.
I'm
that's
gonna
news to me.
I'm gonna put that in the chat, but it's like
I am
insane.
a
And
girl.
he
There
knows
are
it
too many
verbatim.
things on
that
the
whole
internet.
end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an excellent video. It's like a side by side. What do they call those? The when
Duet.
The
duets,
split screen, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're watching A New Hope down here, and you're watching him driving down the road doing all the voice and
Okay.
sound effects. Not only the voices, but the sound effects, and he does it really, really good.
All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. I like David Corn Sweat. I don't have any concerns about that one little flip of him not blinking, flying. Everyone needs to calm down. That was the other actual piece of real news that we had is that James Gunn posted a picture on Instagram and everywhere else of Millie Alcock sitting in her chair, the actor's chair. He basically announced that production had started on Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is very exciting. That is coming out in June of 2026. It'll be the second theatrical movie in the James Gunn new DC universe. As a reminder, Superman kicks it off this July. Creature Commandos is technically part of it, so in theory, like the universe has already started. Peacemaker season 2, which comes out later this year, is part of it. The character of Blue Beetle will somehow find a way in. Supergirl will be in, and then DC
Lobo.
Lanterns. So,
In Supergirl.
yeah,
Sarah,
Lobo will.
you
Yeah,
need to
Lobo.
tell me you're being funny.
So, Sarah, David Corn Sweat is the actor who's playing Superman in the new Superman movie
And
coming
Clark
out
Kent.
this July, and Clark Kent. And
the
if you've
girl.
seen the trailer, like he's tall and he's, I think, really good looking, but he doesn't look like Henry Cavill. So people are like, there's still all of the Snyderverse
It's not that
people
he
who are
doesn't
just
look
like
like
not
Henry
having it.
Cavill. He doesn't look like Superman to me. And the
See, I
trunks,
don't.
you know, and they're
I
making all
love the
this.
outfit.
So they're on social media trying to make this play for him to look more like Christopher Reeve. They're comparing Christopher Reeve's
He
costume
does
to
look
his
like Christopher
costume.
Reeve. Yeah.
You know, and the blues, what they're doing is going, look, the blues and the orange and the red are the same. So it still doesn't freaking matter, you know. They can't go
Yeah,
retro on everything.
I think ultimately, there's going to be a very vocal group of people who are going to hate the Star Wars movie because they're Snyderverse loyalists, the same way that like misogynistic men hate Daisy Ridley and the character Rey. And I think we need to figure out how to pull that apart because there's going to be legitimate criticism of every movie, Superman included. But like right now, every time I see something negative on the Superman thing, it takes 2 clicks to find the profile of like husband, father, Christian saying the craziest shit you've ever seen.
Oh, for
And it's
real.
like, oh,
Yeah.
of course, like it's one of you.
But let me tell you
And
something.
that trunks. So and unfortunately, like there's legitimate criticism elsewhere, but I can't hear any of it because the main source is from this particular group, the Snyderverse losers and lunatics.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't even look. I loved Henry Cavill. Or
yep, you're
Cavill,
not alone in that. People loved him.
but I hated the Batman versus Superman storyline.
Mhm.
I liked
Oh,
I
yeah.
liked what's his face, Ben Affleck. I thought he did a great Batman. I think that that his interaction with Gal Gadot and Superman were wonderful. I just
Mhm.
hated the storyline.
Yep.
I never liked Doomsday or Batman versus Superman at all. I wish they had done a different a model for their story. I would have liked it a lot more. But you know, Cavill did Superman, and even did Clark Kent rather well. I don't dislike Corn Sweat because of that. You know, there are other reasons I dislike him. Now I don't understand the dislike for Daisy, especially after I saw her in that freaking red dress in London. Oh my God, she was smoking hot. I don't give a shit what she does. You know,
Love her.
she can be a Skywalker all she wants because that dress was smoking.
I think that well, there's a
I
few things at play. I think the Snyderverse people have ruined fandom. Just full stop. Like they overplayed their hand. They sort of got what they wanted, and the studio kowtowed to them because there was nothing else going on during COVID except special effects and a few reshoots to make this thing happen. And they felt like because Whedon had messed up everything and Whedon was on the decline due to his all issues, they're like, hey, we'll make good on Snyder, we'll make these fans happy, and maybe they'll shut up. Now they're
and we'll
worse.
make
They're
some
worse than
money.
ever.
Yeah.
Like, and it didn't make any money because it went to streaming, and instead they canceled every other project. So there were so many missteps there, and we like
Right.
allowed this like violent group of morons to like dictate pop culture for the past like 10 years. And so, yeah, we got to get ready to watch our show
Yeah.
and talk about
Just
Clone Wars.
we'll pause this discussion for
Yeah.
right now, but we're gonna get ready to watch season 1, episode 17, Blue Shadow
Yes.
Virus.
We have got to get to Clone Wars.
But FYI, I put the David Cornsweet link to the Star Wars split reel side by side on Instagram. So if you guys want to see that, it's in the chat.
I hope everyone has their D plus clued up.
Get it up.
This is a Jar Jar episode. Everyone prepare
Sorry.
yourselves.
No, I'm kidding.
I know. I like the
We love
character,
it.
as you know, but like Jar Jar in Clone Wars is not great.
It's a letdown.
All right, let me find the countdown. That's the 41.
10 seconds, please.
I know, before I do the 40.
Don't be like me. Don't be like me.
Oh,
Right.
Mark's on 30 before.
Everyone get ready to start your show.
Yeah, Jeff got to see the original Superman, Christopher Reeve, kind of not the original, but let's call it the 77.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 77 or 78? 78. Superman.
78. Yep.
It was the year after Star Wars. I remember
Fear
seeing
is a
that.
disease. Hope is its only cure. Oh God, truer words, man. Truer words.
Was Jeff at El Capitan? Jeff, where were you? You're always at some fabulous
He said
event.
at the Chinese Theater.
Chinese Theater.
Ooh, I love that place. The one time I
I've
went, which
never
was with a
been.
group to see Deadpool Wolverine that Sunday before the family vacation officially kicked off, we all watched Deadpool Wolverine there. It felt like a homecoming. It's that kind of thing where like being a lifelong nerd and always and loving movies and always seeing
Yeah.
the Chinese like on TV, and I had passed by it so many times in LA, but I was never able to get in because there was always some fucking thing happening, right? Like I'd been outside of the
Always busy.
theater multiple times because work sends me to LA like semi-regularly based on the industry that I'm in, and I had never been inside. And when there was something about just being in that theater, especially with our group, like we had like 30 of us taking up multiple rows of seats. Like that's kind of the thing that I couldn't have pictured when I was 12 years old, of like 30 of my closest friends all going to watch a movie about Wolverine, like on the big screen at the Chinese theater. And then that kind of stuff happens, and it's like, oh wow, 12-year-old me would be losing his mind, like
For
the same way
real.
43-year-old me was. So
Let me tell you something. Natalie Portman would love to have a midriff like they draw Padme on this show.
Another phenomenal outfit. Oh my god.
The fashion in this show, girl, it's Project Runway out here in Clone Wars territory.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, I do want to put up Sherry's note over here. You're right, Sherry. This was a bucket list place to see a movie. I had a blast. It was so nice seeing you and Sarah and Jen and everyone. We had spending with time with Mike. Like
the seats
whole
are not that comfortable though.
Yeah, that was fine. Like it's a movie. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours. I guess this one was long as 2.5. But yeah, they need to refurbish the inside. But the projection was fully digital and felt very modern.
No, the screen was great.
Mhm. These are all my least favorite characters, man. I got Jar Jar and C-3PO coming out right at the beginning. This is terrible. God, the Clone Wars season 1 is a slog. Who greenlit the show?
I'm sorry.
we should have actually formed like a coffee clatch kind of like Monday news check-in. Like we should be doing, because we end up doing this anyway for the first half of the episode, like what the hell had happened this week in Star Wars. Star Wars Explained actually rebranded their weekly Q&A to Last Week in Star Wars. And I'm like, that's the show we should have been doing the whole time. I was like screaming at the TV. And I love them. You guys know that. Like my template for everything that's right in the fandom. But I was like, oh man, that's what we do every Monday. We catch up on like, how was your week? What happened over the weekend? What stupid news is out there? And yeah, there's actually not a whole lot on the news front. The Daisy Ridley getting a writer thing, that movie is, I feel like that means it's trekking behind, but they better tell us more at Celebration.
I think they will.
Is that Captain Panaka?
That was like 2
Yeah,
years.
it's De La Gaia.
That was 2 years ago that they told us that she was going to get a movie.
Oh.
Of course, now it's been 2 years ago since who's the director of Logan?
James Mangold.
Yeah, James Mangold's supposed to get the beginning of the Jedi movie.
Yeah, New Jedi Order and like the original Jedi whatever, Jedi New Dawn or whatever they're gonna call that thing. Super confusing. Like it's the Secret Invasion and Secret Wars situation with Marvel. It keeps getting confused by people. So like I think that's why they turned Secret Invasion into a TV show and just dropped it unceremoniously, because they needed to lean in on Secret Invasion a few years later. Or sorry, Secret Wars, and they didn't want there to be confusion. Ashley, I don't think you ever hit the timestamp. I'm sorry.
Jeez. Oh, it's okay.
But don't bother now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
quick note on this shitty episode of Clone Wars that we're watching. It's got a 6.6 on IMDb. Ugh.
Yeah, that's not pretty.
All right, here's the voice cast though. Is actually
don't drink. No. Oh, they're gonna die.
Someone's gonna die. All right.
No. The whatever those things are.
The weird things that Anakin was.
And she realizes, no. Get back. As they start falling like dominoes. This is muy bad.
Oh, Jesus.
Water gun poodoo.
We could have an episode where we talk like Jar Jar
through it.
We will not have any ratings in that episode. No one will watch.
No.
Even Sherry won't watch us if we start doing that.
Yeah. Or Sarah.
Okay.
Or even Jeff.
Here's the voice cast. Catherine Tabor doing Padme. Matt Lanter as Anakin. James Arnold Taylor as Obi-Wan. Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka. D. Bradley Baker as the Clone Troopers. So and Tom Kane as always, who's always credited as the narrator, but it says Yoda in here, so I guess Yoda's popping up. That's the core 5. I mean, that's the whole show right there. But then we have Phil LaMarr doing Jar Jar Binks. We love Phil LaMarr. He's just like Phil LaMarr. He's the best.
Yeah.
Michael York as Dr. Nuvo Vindi. James Mathis III as Captain Typho, which we, character from the prequels that we never really see. Anthony Daniels as C-3PO. Gwendolyn Yo as Peppy Bow. Matthew Wood as Battle Droids. Jamila McMillan as the Queen Newtony. And I believe that's the same actress from Revenge of the Sith. And then my boy David Accord as one of the rabbit droids, which is great. David Accord just keeps popping up. This is a big cast. It's usually not this big. 3, 5.
It's usually 5 or 6.
Yeah, this is 14 credited voice actors in this episode for a 6.6 rated episode in season 1. But I will say this is the one that we use this picture on trading cards all the time. Padme in the yellow spacesuit. And this Jar Jar sort of dressed in the hat that he looks like Cad Bane. What are we doing? What the fuck is this?
That's a Peppy Bow.
Yeah, this is terrible.
What is happening?
Oh my god, this show. This needs to be Mystery Science Theater more than the way we're currently handling it. It really
For
needs
real. Roger. See, this is what aggravates me. This is why costume design aggravates me. Look how Padme's suit is built. It's tailored to all of her anatomical proportions. And Jar Jar's just like, and it's a spacesuit. And Jar Jar's just like, it's a stick.
Yeah.
She's rather hippie.
Yeah, and like
That's
women's
because they were
armor.
teenage boys.
Like, come on.
This show was directed at teenage boys.
I just think it was made by men who didn't think about it. Like there should be spacesuits that are like generally sized as like medium, large, extra large. It should be baggy and uncomfortable, but it reads really terribly on screen. So.
And this creepy guy.
Yep. Sarah's got it right. I hated season 1 of Clone Wars. I'm not gonna lie.
We're trying, you guys,
to get into it. And as a Star Wars fan, but not a fanatic, I was like, hey, I can skip this.
Yeah, somewhere between 3 and 4, it starts getting good.
Yeah, I started watching.
And then 5, 6, and 7 are out of the park.
That's
this guy looks like a villain from The Incredibles.
He really does.
I'm not gonna lie.
You know how I use my
the bad guy from The Incredibles.
You know how I use my ranking system of there's gold, silver, bronze, there's also platinum, there's also tinfoil. Season 1 is tinfoil. And we eke our way to bronze and we enter silver territory, I think, relatively quickly. And season 5 is gold, season 6 is weird, so maybe it's silver, but 7 is platinum, right?
That's why there's no effort to get Ashley, Matt, or James here during season 1. That
Well, if we bring on a guest, we will do a full interview segment. They don't need to slog through the show with us. I know other shows make it a point that you have to do a watch, and not just on our network, but everywhere. Yeah, Sarah, I really use the tinfoil to platinum scale. It's a 5-point scale because gold, silver, bronze, everyone understands. But if you say your options are gold, silver, bronze, and tinfoil, people think that's the funniest thing they've ever heard.
Right.
So use it at work. People will think you're incredibly hilarious.
So this kind of reminds me of current events. Oh, that virus is extinct ages ago. Oh no, I brought it back. Here's how we can make it worse.
Also,
darkest timeline, you guys, right here.
No, it's the darkest and the stupidest. That's the worst part. We're the stupidest.
Well, and not only
why do you want to be
the little
this?
robot, the little droid that has the bomb that actually works, that runs around.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys remember this? This is coming up here. There we go. There he is. That guy right there. Did you see him?
Yeah. The bunny droid.
The bunny droid.
That's the rabbit droid. That's David Accord. David Accord plays the rabbit.
Oh, look at that. It's almost black and white, like film noir.
Almost, yeah.
This logic leap is killing me.
Oh my god, for real.
I can't. You know what, though?
This disease has been eradicated. You mean murdered? Well, why would you want that back? Why?
I'm gonna go murder some smallpox.
Who says
Here we
that?
go. Here's the Holy Trinity now.
Yeah.
Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka. This is what the show is all about. And of course, they're always either saving Padme. Actually, Padme saves the day quite a bit on her own. She's actually highly capable. But like, they're always off to
Oh,
some messed up mission, and first they're going to make it worse. That's my favorite part, is when they mess it up and
always.
make it worse. So hopefully this disease just kills everyone, and they're like, nope, but we got it back in the bottle after it like genocided
fine.
the planet.
Even though the genie was let out of the bottle, we've stopped it and put it back.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the Jedi right there. I mean,
And
like,
this
don't
is-
worry, we
this
got it.
This is a 2-episode story arc.
Yeah, we're gonna see more of this shit next week. Who's calling in sick next week?
No. You two have
No,
already had your.
Oh, we've already
Ashley
met our
knows
sick day quota. I have no intention
It's
of
my
getting
turn.
sick. I'm so good with getting sick anymore.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
I died for an
That's right.
entire weekend. I am
Whoa.
good.
David will have to program me buttons, and it'll be just me in the
It's
middle
gonna
of
be
the screen
you,
going,
you
"Okay,
and
folks,
Jeff and Dave. Just like... oh
Let
my god,
me
Jeff
talk.
and Dave had to sit
And
through
I
this.
will. And
Oh.
look, this is what he does. Do you see that?
I forgot to mention, Dave is hosting the hot seat this week. So
Yeah,
he
it's
did an
very cool.
interview in Northern California, and that one is up on the Facebook page today with
Good.
Katie Sebeker, who's one of the model makers. She worked on the Batmobile from Dark Knight, which they don't call it the Batmobile; they call it something
The
else.
Tumblr.
The Tumbler, because nothing can be fun. Everything is very serious. It's the Batmobile. But like, that's fucking cool, right? So yeah, she seems like I want to meet her in real life because she seems awesome. So Dave has a quick conversation with her. It's up on our Facebook page today.
So Anakin
Well,
just said guns ablazing. Shouldn't it be
it can only
blasters
be-
ablazing?
I guess that technically is VCN, because VCN and Celebration is all we're doing between now and the end of May.
Oh yeah, we should mention that in the rules. So Jeff, I know you got to meet Kate. She seemed really chill. I definitely want to. I got to get her to sign like some probably the Sabak board of some type from Solo, like something.
Right.
I have a Solo poster that has started. Yeah, blasters a blastin'. There we go. That's a
Blasters
shirt.
ablazing. Like, come on,
Yeah.
there's no guns in Star Wars. Come on.
I think we need to do a blasters a blastin' shirt right there and just put all of our clones, but they're all pointing at each other or something.
Or just chopper
Yeah, there we
with the
go.
guns.
Yeah.
So
Oh
anyway,
yeah, there you
it started
go. Let's start
blasting.
blasting. Oh, did you watch the Sunny Abbott crossover?
Oh my god, so good.
So I haven't seen the Sunny episode yet, but I watched the Abbott episode, so I've got to watch the Sunny side of it. But I thought the Abbott one was pretty good, considering like who they were bringing into that universe and
Right.
making like Dee and Charlie and everyone fit in. Like,
Yeah.
kind of worked. I like too that like the white members of the Abbott crew had to like deal with that integration and sort of like handle that bomb. And I thought that was very well done. The Caucasian cultural exchange was a hilarious line. I was like, I'm loving this. This is perfect.
So funny. I love Caitlin on High Potential.
I haven't
On
seen that
ABC.
yet. It
It's
got
so
renewed
good.
though. Renewed
Yeah.
for season 2. So
I'm so excited. She's great. And
a
Taryn
rare case.
Killam too.
Is he in that?
Yeah, he plays her ex-husband
Oh, I
or
like him.
ex-boyfriend or something. So, oh no,
He-
ex-husband.
He's married to
Kobe.
Maria Hill, Colby Sanders. Yeah.
Colby Smulders.
um,
yeah.
Colby Smulders, that's the one. Smulders.
Yeah.
Not Colby Sanders.
Molding.
Robin
Yes, Smulders.
Scherbatsky.
That's right. Robin Sparkles, if you're nasty. And Robin Daggers, if you're really
Robin
nasty.
Daggins if you're
That's
like
my
stalker
favorite.
ass. I need a rewatch of How I Met Your Mother.
I don't know if I'll be rewatching How I Met Your Mother, but I did love it when it was on. We watched every week, and it's the kind of thing where I think it ended at the perfect time, because it was right on the cusp of like, this is cancelable, but they made it in just under.
Yeah, Colby's. Yeah, I loved Colby in the Avengers.
Mr. Freeze.
He does
Sorry.
look like Mr. Freeze.
Yes, that's it.
He put the tank on and I just lost it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
choking on your own spit, laughing at.
Sweet tarts.
I know I need a
sweet
snack.
tarts. I could use some sweet tarts.
They're my favorites.
So now what we need to do, Ashley, is talk about like what sweets you're gonna have, and you can like put your hand out, like you're gonna give them to me, and I'll put my hand out and pull them back, and I'll have those sweets.
Mhm.
Some
So I've
special
got
effects.
cough drops and sweet tarts.
Here, hand me a cough drop.
I was popping
We're
cough
doing
drops like crazy at Halloween and Party Expo. You guys are so funny. I can't. Done, done, and done. The magic of the internet. I like 5 a day for 5 straight days. Just throat
Oh, for real. This
lozenges,
bag
vitamin
was
C.
full
hmm
that weekend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bunny
Mr.
Bot.
Scooby. Scooby says
It's the
Big
Bunny
Brother
Bot.
Live.
And look how stupid Bunny Bot looks.
He's just walking around with a bomb. Like,
Oh my god, I love him. He's my new favorite. I swear that at one point we were gonna have David Accord sign as this character. I can't be imagining that because I remember that Bunny Bot. Scoob, sweet tarts are not my favorite, but they're obviously one of Ashley's. I'm more of a chocolate guy, but yeah, we need to do like a little candy exchange here on the Clone Wars Revisited set.
We can pass them all around, and all of a sudden you pull them back, and you go, "I got it."
Yep. Well, I ate cookie cake for like a week straight because my birthday was the 17th. Jason's was the 20th. We had our family over together to celebrate. Then we had friends over. I had a cookie cake at work, which I then took slices home with me. It went on and on. I'm doing like the opposite of what everyone else does in January, where everyone's like dieting and exercising. I'm drinking alcohol, eating my face off, hibernating in the cold, and like come February, I've got to like get back to where I was in December.
right.
Like, how sad is that? It's worse. It's worse
Oh,
over here. It's the
Jeff.
opposite of a resolution.
These are the chewy ones. So these are like not powdery. I promise. They're like little, like tiny tablets.
Anakin is going wild over here.
Woo! Oh my god.
Anakin, people are watching. No wonder Obi-Wan could say, "He's the father, isn't he?"
I mean, hello.
The worst kept secret in the universe over there.
For real.
Also,
It's
like,
like,
she's
it's like Clark Kent as Superman. You know,
Yeah.
like really the glasses. You know, I mean, come on. Why didn't somebody figure it out? Why didn't everybody figure out that the two of them were married?
Yeah. Also, like, she's the only pregnant woman in the entirety of Star Wars. And I get it, we're at war, but like the birth rate seems really low. And I don't want to get caught up on that because that seems to be a hotbed political issue at the moment.
Oh,
But like,
yeah.
why is no one having any babies in Star Wars? Maybe because there's a fascist
Yes,
regime
sir.
ruining everyone's life. Like,
Yeah. And
Don't
Mr.
let Vance get a hold of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr. Oh,
yeah.
I want everybody to have more babies. Well, how about you make the world a better place for everybody, not just
Mhm.
who you like.
There are in-universe answers for these types of questions as to why
For
there are no
real.
pregnant women. Take a look around. No, there are
It's
very
true.
few, but also why there's so many damn orphans because everyone keeps getting killed in the Star War.
For
The
real.
Star War will not stop warring. It's terrible.
The war does not stop warring.
Oh man. Oh, and this rabbit is still running. I can't with
happening?
him. How did it make it out? All right, get it. And Anakin's gonna do it though.
Anakin should just behead everybody, including him.
I think it's season 1. I think they need to give us a like
Oh,
this
please.
is a moment.
Like he would have gone, "Come to me, Papa." You know, he had to jump to catch it instead of using the Force and pulling it to his hand and then turn around and
know.
cut that guy's head off.
It was definitely a miscalculation.
Come on.
And he definitely needs to flatten this man.
Dr. Vindy.
I do enjoy the fact they make him look really angry. And even though he's like holding back like some of his anger, he seems to be like riding up against it, which is good for his development. Like I want to see some shades of Dark Annie in like season 1, but we can't have him go full crazy. Like when he impales that guy on the ship, I always use that as the example. The episode with Satine, where he stabs
real.
that guy with the lightsaber from behind, and everyone thinks they're like, Anakin, I can't believe you killed that guy. And I'm like, I would have killed that guy. Like that's the kind of level we're dealing with. Like we're not putting choices in front of him that are like difficult.
Really? Really? Jar Jar? He's going to drop it.
Jar Jar saves the day all the time.
Oh my god. And Padme. Padme is actually the MVP of this whole series.
For real.
Well, you know, I mean, Jar Jar saved Mace Windu.
For real.
Yeah. Oh yeah, from Mother Talzin.
Yeah. Totally by accident, but
Oh,
still did it.
always. Obi-Wan Kenobi force choke. Come on now.
Let's go. Do the thing.
Come on. All he has to do is go.
Oh, there's
Bam.
more vials? Jesus Christ.
How many does this man have?
Oh, Lord, this lady.
You're under arrest, Dr. Vindy.
How do you not realize you're on the thing? It's a completely different material than the ground. Jeff, I could use an infused gummy. I'm so angry.
Mhm.
Like, I'm watching this episode and everyone
For
making
real.
dumb decisions one after another.
Let's get stoned for next week.
Oh my God, I love that idea. Yeah, I like that plan. Can we do at least like one episode where we don't tell the audience, but we all come in really mellow and people don't understand why? They're like, "Why
And
isn't
I'm
Mark
just
yelling?"
really giggly, like I'm.
Yeah, I'm snacking. And I'm like, this episode is good.
I gotta eat something. Anybody got any food?
Anybody want a sub?
Yeah.
I kind of got the munchies.
I think I would be an easy tell because I was actually just talking about this because Dave did his hot seat, and I was talking about the energy I bring to that environment. And I think I'm Ryan Seacrest, but I'm really more of like a Billy on the street type. And I know that I deliver that kind of energy more frequently than I want to. Even when I'm trying to be Ryan, I'm inevitably Billy. I think the tell would be I would actually like mellow into closer to a Ryan kind of energy.
See, again, like the costume design. So the female Gungan has a tube top.
Yes. Well, of course.
How else are we gonna know she's a lady? We got to put her in a bra. Like.
So that episode was directed by Giancarlo Volpe, who worked on the Legend of Korra. Love him.
It's a beautiful episode. I mean, there's a lot of action, which is very hard to choreograph in animation. I thought the colors really popped. I love the sweeping shots. The character designs are cool. The story is a good one, but it just it doesn't all come to like those individual pieces don't come together. And also, just having Jar Jar on your screen is super annoying.
For sure.
Yeah, and they gave it 2 Gungans. 2. Oof.
Sarah wants advance notice so that she makes sure she doesn't miss that episode.
Yeah, you and your husband will get a very special text message. So we should plan something for that. We need. When we're going to need to do that is during celebration, because that news desk is going to be chaotic. Yeah,
Skip, you can dial in with us.
We'll make sure we do a separate one.
Hold on, no, is it legal in Japan?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, so in all seriousness, we should probably on the VCN
Let's save that until I get back
News
home.
Network talk about because I know people who fly all the time with their edibles in America. I wouldn't bring drugs to another country.
No,
I just wouldn't. Yeah,
please don't.
The Spider-Man cartoon is coming soon. This week.
Yeah, that's one of the other.
Sorry, it just popped up on my Disney Plus.
Originally known as Freshman Year, and now it's Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man because it's not set in the same universe as Peter Parker or as Tom Holland's Peter Parker. So yeah, that's interesting. I'll watch that. It's actually a really big year for Marvel. We've got my Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man starting like tomorrow, essentially, right? So the end of January, call it February.
Captain America.
Yeah,
and
in a few weeks already for Captain America. So that's February.
Yeah, so
Daredevil in March. The
May for the Thunderbolts.
No, Fantastic Four is May. Thunderbolts is like July. So, or is it the other way around?
Other way around.
Superman's July 11th, isn't he?
Yes, but that's not Marvel.
No, but still.
Yes, and also Jurassic World Rebirth is in July. Marvel 2025.
This cosplay was really good. She almost does look like the character.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Denise.
Very cool.
I'm looking at the Marvel. Okay, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is January 25th, so that should have happened. I guess they got bumped a couple days. Daredevil Born Again, March 4th. Eyes of Wakanda in August. Ironheart in September. Marvel Zombies in October. Wonder Man in December. Those are all the D+ shows.
Marvel Zombies?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a spin-off of What If. So instead of getting another season of What If, they're giving us a Marvel Zombies situation.
Yeah, because
and
the
Cap.
world needs more
The
zombies.
zombies episode
Oh,
was really popular,
So
though.
according to Google, and you know how these things change, Fantastic Four is May 2nd, Thunderbolts is July 25th, Blade is still on the calendar of November 7th, but we know that that's not right. So we know that that's falling out of the year. And Captain America: Brave New World is February 14th. So it'll be a good date night movie.
I already have I have tickets for that 7 o'clock in the RPX with Bridget. I said, okay,
Weird.
now look. I said, because we've been together 22, 23 years now, and I was like, okay, is it all right to do, Captain America on Valentine's Day? Can we go get dinner and then go see the movie? She goes, yeah, we can do that for that. She goes, but I don't want it to be exclusively that. She's like, you got to do a little bit of Valentine coming. Like, okay. No
We're
problem.
going, I think, on the 13th because it says it's the 14th, but I think the 13th is the Thursday. But we won't do anything for Valentine's Day. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I still think it's going to bomb, but that's because of a variety of things.
Now, Mark, do you remember this one?
The picture?
Yeah, no, the guys Din Djarin and Grogu, but there's a guy in a black suit standing against a black wall that's actually holding Grogu's little.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I can barely see that. What's that from?
This is in London.
Oh, I don't think I saw that exhibit because I was working
Yeah.
most of the time. So I saw very little of that kind of stuff. And even when I did like the YouTube like wraparound stuff the following week, I was so exhausted. Like I fell asleep during one of the panels. I was like so excited to like, oh, I'm gonna watch this panel, and then like that. Yeah, I think I got 10 minutes in. All right.
Somehow I managed not to take a picture of Daisy in that red dress. Good God, that thing was.
I'm telling you, 2028. That's what I'm hoping for. But here's the thing: we're going to find out in about 8 weeks, right? Celebration's going to happen. We will get all the news. I assume there's going to be big news around a variety of projects, both TV and movies. I hope, and I think it's going to be a really successful event. And believe me, if they do announce Pedro Pascal and Oscar, I will go. There's the
There
picture.
she is.
Yeah.
Yep. Smoking.
All right.
I was about to look back home.
Let's look at the.
I could look for more than 3 seconds.
Yep. Let's look at the schedule for the week ahead. So tomorrow, of course, as always, is happy hour.
Shenanigans.
Yep. So everyone join in to talk. And actually, we have a staff meeting tomorrow with the crew. So
Yep.
some of us may be leaving that a little bit early, but there will be people on for happy hour. We're planning Celebration News Network stuff. So that is happening behind the scenes. This Wednesday is an episode of the Nerf Herder Council, and they are talking all things Captain America because they're just a few weeks out from the premiere. So next week, I think or in 2 weeks, it would be like right before. So they're starting. I think they're going to talk Captain and Winter Soldier right after that. The watch along this week is Andor Season 1, Episode 2. As a reminder, we are deeply into our Andor rewatch, getting ready for Andor Season 2.
Andor again.
I know. Andor again. That's what we should have started. Yeah, we didn't start like a hashtag or anything. And then this Saturday, I'll be back on the news desk with Gary. I missed the last one because of my birthday. So Gary and I will be hosting the news desk.
How dare you age?
Exactly. Believe me, I don't like it. I'll be talking all things autographing and like general planning, and we're giving away another ticket to the event. So there's a contest running where you can win a ticket to Celebration. And we'll be talking about our event, the Not So Virtual Cantina Meetup, or the special edition. And then on Sunday, we've got the Jedi Archives where they're talking about the Tarkin family business. So I'm not 100% sure what that's all about, but I feel like it's going to connect to the Death Star. So lots of. By the way, those guys are always like, I mean, there's always some weird stuff happening with them, as always.
For real.
Yeah.
It's a busy week.
And then we're back next week with another episode of Clone Wars Revisited. Next week also, we have Daughters of the Galaxy, and we should have Celebrating Autographs returning. So more to come on that front, but like those are both going to be on Wednesday. So there'll be a staggered schedule where like Celebrating Autographs will be on early. Daughters of the Galaxy will be on at their regular time. I think I will be handling Celebrating Autographs, and I think Jeff is going to produce for you guys. Oh, shit. I need to do the game.
Yeah.
I got to figure that out. Okay. So we're going to have to figure that out because like I'm hosting a game with the girls next week on Daughters.
Next week.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun. So I need to like sort that out actually. So that's on our list of things to. For anyone in this chat who comes to Daughters, and I think a lot of you probably watch the show, you'll probably want to do that one live because we're going to be playing a game, and I'm going to put on my hosting hat.
Your Pat Sajak
Yeah,
suit.
very much so. I think I'm
Your
going to be
skinny
more
microphone.
like. It's actually weirdly enough going to be more like Ryan Seacrest hosting Wheel,
There we go.
or a little more of
Bob Barker.
Oh my God.
What was the guy that did the match game?
Oh God, the one who made out with all the contestants.
Oh, so creepy.
No, what survey says?
something.
Survey says. What is wrong with me?
Did Family Feud?
Family Feud. It like fully escaped my brain. It'll be a little
Steve
more
Harvey.
closer to Family Feud, I think. So it'll be a fun time.
It'll be good.
Yeah, so that's what's coming up. And then as a reminder, our event. Where's
Richard Dawson, Jim.
Yes,
Yes,
he's the
Richard
one
Dawson.
who he actually hosted, I think, Family Feud also, and also
Yeah,
made
he was
out
the
with all the
first Family
contestants.
Feud, and he kissed all the females.
Yep,
Oh.
that was definitely a thing.
Ugh.
Where's the graphic with my picture? I'm trying to find like all the graphics in here, and of
It
course,
was kind of accepted as a norm back then. Ash. You know, they weren't weirded out by it as much.
Mostly bored housewives then.
All right. So this is the graphic for Saturday's upcoming show with me and Gary. Gary O'Toole from Blob of the Hut. So we're going to talk about all things getting ready for Star Wars Celebration. And of course, we have a ticket to give away, which is so exciting. So it is it looks like 3 one-day tickets. So this is super exciting. Everyone, please come to the show. More to come on Instagram and our social media channels, so you can learn how to win. And of course, as a reminder, this is our event. It's sold out the Thursday before Celebration, the Not So Virtual Cantina special edition. If you want to see all the details, there they are. That's without the sold out sign. So Thursday, April 17th. But we are
Jeff
sold
has more
out.
winners incoming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we want to go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to just say thank you to Hyperspace Props for sponsoring our event. And they've got the best Sabak gear in the galaxy, and you can save 10% on your order by using our code at checkout. That's NSVCSE. That's Not So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. And of course, we hope to see all of you guys in Japan. At least Skip will, because he will be there.
Yeah.
And Spencer and Dave and Jeff and the crew. So Ashley and I will be holding down the VCN.
We'll be here.
Yeah.
Doing this.
The Celebration News Network, not to be confused with CNN.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's exciting. I'm ready for this. It's going to be a good. It'll be not. Well, I don't want to say it'll be FOMO. It'll be like us on like the cutting edge of the news for the weeks.
There we go.
Oh, Troy says, hi, Troy. It says many new products on Hyperspace Props this week. So make sure you guys use that 10% off code for Not So Virtual Cantina Special.
And we'll see Troy in Japan.
Troy is going to Japan. He was our latest winner.
Yes.
Congrats,
That's
Troy.
Exciting. Yay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And his flight is booked, so he's ready.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm telling you, like, I keep waffling. Because someone was like, "You should really go," and then
you always get to this point, though. You're like, "I'm not going. I don't care who drags me," and then you're like,
"No, they're gonna announce that like Catherine Tate is gonna lead a Star Wars project and announce her at Celebration in Japan, and I'm just gonna
you're gonna cry,
do the ritualistic sword into the chest, and that's it. Yeah.
Oh, they get so much of my money. Actually, my flight is jacked up right now. Then changing it. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's always something. Celebration is a logistical marathon, right? You have to plot out your days. And, once we get more announcements from Lucasfilm about who's the autograph guest is going to be on what day, you have to start booking your events. Once we know the panel schedule, you'll want to start putting that in. There's usually an app, and I think I'm almost certain there will be an app, and you'll be able to plot your schedule, but also bring printouts and reminders of where you need to be and when, and also schedule that stuff into your actual calendar on your phone. That way you have the app, your digital calendar and printouts. So there's no way you could not know where you need to be. Now, you may not go to that thing. You might not go to that panel that you wanted to go to at 11 a.m. because you're stuck in a line that you thought you were going to get out of by 10:30 and you won't. But like, you should be able to at least plot your schedule and build in a little bit of time for like breaks and food and whatever else. Even if it doesn't come to fruition, like, you want a plan of attack for this. So we're going to talk about that on Saturday.
Yeah. So take notes. Watch Gary, watch Mark.
We've been there, done that, and we have traveled internationally for these shows. And
if you're up in the middle of the night, I'll do a couple lives.
Yeah. Well, we for the Celebration News Network, we'll be on at 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is 9 a.m. the next day in Japan. So our 9 p.m. Friday is your 9 a.m. Saturday. So you guys will be walking into the show, or already in the show, or on the way to the show, or in the shower. Like, those are sort of the options.
It's 12:11 p.m. in Tokyo.
So it's a 10-hour difference.
Yep.
Yeah. So 10. I thought it was about 12. So it might be a little early then. Yes, news desk this Saturday, Troy. This Saturday we have our upcoming news desk with me and Gary.
You guys will be here. See, I can do a live. Or you know what I can do? No, it won't be there on a Monday. I was like, oh man, it'd be cool if I could drop into the show.
Yeah, anyone could. So if you are awake when we are on and we send you the link, you can definitely pop in. We can keep a box open for anyone who wants to just like report live from. These are exactly the things we're going to be talking about in our staff meeting.
It'll say live from Japan in a box.
And we'll just put up a slightly different overlay and be like, Skip is dialing in, and he's like, I'm on stage with Mark Hamill. Like, that's what we hope for, right? Like, that kind of stuff. So
Skip and Daisy Ridley.
Which makes me think, should we consider doing these at 10 p.m. instead of 9 p.m., which would be closer to the watch-along times, right? Like, this is the kind of, or we start at 9:30 and we go longer.
It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What shows do we have on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Nothing. Like, Sundays or morning shows. Yeah,
we
can pick our times.
We got to create a Saturday show only for those of us that are there. They're like, because at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can drop in I can drop in at the very beginning of the like when I'm waiting in line for the panel. For that
that's
day.
Exactly one of the ideas we were talking about. I want like live from the floor. Here's Ski Pruckle reporting. We just saw Doug Chang. Somehow he's still out and about, even though he's an autograph guest. Like, that'll be the kind of thing. Just ran into Jon Favreau at the the booth for some licensee.
I saw that the Belgian prop makers are loaded up the trailers, and they're heading on down to Japan right now. So
Jeff wants to push buttons. I do not want to push buttons, Jeff. There are no buttons on my screen.
Buttons.
No push buttons for Skip.
Push the button, Skip.
Peon.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we will make sure that everyone who is not going to Japan does not feel the FOMO. We will be in the know. We will get you information as it's happening. We will do good wraparound coverage, just like the team did for London. It's going to feel like you're there. And I, like I said, I'm taking off that Friday from work to make a long weekend out of it, to relax and hang out. So it'll be a good time. I may take off that Monday. I don't know yet. Friday or Monday? Probably the Monday.
Dave and I will be on the train. We'll be on the train on Friday, Friday morning. Hold on.
46th day.
I got to think about this. No, because technically it'll be Thursday night for the watch along, when we will be Friday morning on our way to the show. So if you guys are on, it'll be 10 o'clock during the watch along. And if you leave us a window open, one of us could bop in for the indoor watch along and say, we're on the train on the way to the show. Woo!
Yep. That'd be awesome. We're going to plan all this out. It's going to be a good time. All right. I think that's everything for this week. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday at the news desk, and be sure to check in with all of the other programming that's happening this week on the network. As always, what do we say here? Long live the Republic.
Bye, guys.
Night, everyone.
Night, everyone. Have a good one.